Yeah, so Bloomberg Philanthropies issued something called the Mayor's Innovation Challenge in 2017, and we were one of the 35 champion cities who were selected as part of that. Our pitch to Bloomberg was to explore shared and sustainable mobility options for our low-income residents, recognizing that many of our residents in our poorest neighborhoods have the least access to multiple modes of transit and are highly dependent on single occupancy vehicles and often older single occupancy vehicles. So we were really interested in understanding, could we provide additional modes and shift mode to more sustainable electric and shared tools. So what we did is we did a couple of experiments, one of which was incentivizing neighbors through postcards and door hangers to take Lyft or a shared B-cycle in our community for the first time. We tried to give away about $100,000 worth of incentives, and we did about 6 rounds of mailers and flyers in various forms. We changed the language, we changed the colors, we changed the way the incentives were introduced, and at the end of the experiment, about $265 were used of the $100,000 that we tried to give away. What we learned is that after surveying participants, cost was not the only factor for people to select this mode. Really understanding what a shared mobility mode is, having access to the technology tools that would provide it. Most of our residents in the communities that we were looking at had smartphones. They just weren't necessarily using them for applications and data. It was more around texting or videos or things like that. And so kind of bridging that divide of information. Many members of the communities we were looking at, none of their neighbors used those modes, none of their family used those modes, and so there was sort of zero information provided to these communities about how this tool could help them. Further, these tools weren't built for these community members. We brought an electric vehicle to one community, and somebody said, you know, I have a family of 6, what electric vehicle works for me? And we said, well, you know, the big Tesla works for you, right? And this person lives in subsidized housing in our community. He's not going to be able to use the biggest Tesla. So thinking about solving the problem for everybody about sustainable mobility and shared mobility is really essential. And that's kind of what came out of the experiment this summer.